Hello everybody. I've noticed that the CTS content creation community has been lacking up-to-date guides for newer players, so this video will be a little bit different and will hopefully be the start of a new series, which I'll be taking full sets of vehicles, reviewing them in their respective tiers, and then giving you a verdict whether they are worth buying or not. Before we start, here's a couple important things to go over. Daily parts will be an entire separate video. Unobtainable parts will not be included. This video is heavily inspired by someone who I used to watch that you may know, Oxy. He used to do reviews like this back in the day, in War Thunder of course. But I'll be sort of doing the same, but in Curse Tank. Along that, I'll be giving a brief review over each specific part of a vehicle, like the whole turret and gun. Also, for you newer players, the term downtiering will be used a lot. It basically means bringing a part of a higher tier into a lower one, at the cost of having your two other parts be a lower tier than the tier you want to play. A brief review of the full set will be given then. At the end, a verdict will be given if the part is worth purchasing. Materials and costs are not going to be included in the verdict. Not every tier 1 part will be reviewed. Some of the full sets will be a couple tiers higher than tier 1, like the ACD5. Because the gun is tier 4, the full set will be tier 3. This video will be on tier 1. I know the majority of you can already afford everything in tier 1, so at the very least I'm going to ask a favor, just so I can have motivation to keep this going. I don't usually ask for this, but leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you want more of this series. I'm hoping to get all the way up to tier 12. Anyways, with that out the way, let's get started with the video now. Tier 1. This is where everybody's journey starts. Everything here is manually operated. Here has some of the earliest tanks from like World War 1 all the way up to early World War 2. First, we have one of the 4 starter vehicles that you receive upon joining the game. This is probably one of the first vehicles you'll spawn, the Speedster. This vehicle is one of the more agile ones of its tier, having an acceleration unit of 6 and a top speed of 72 kilometers an hour. It is equipped with a low velocity coaxial 43mm and a 28mm autocannon on the turret that has quite an impressive traverse rate for the tier. These weapons are more than enough to deal with most things at the tier. Although more armored tanks like the Battle Pass 1 will be quite a challenge to deal with frontally. From side on though, the autocannon can basically demolish everything. The coaxial 43mm can also come in handy in certain situations. Next up, we have the armor. The armor is pretty abysmal on the Speedster. Like most other vehicles at this tier, pretty much anything can pen you with ease. It, however, does have 4 crew, which is more than most vehicles at the tier, which can sometimes allow it to eat more shots. And with that being said, here are the pros. Decent mobility, decent firepower, coaxial 43mm, great turret traverse, has 4 crew, and is pretty versatile. Cons: abysmal armor, exposed crew, and slow reverse. The verdict: I would use it. The hull: I would use it. And the turret: I would also use it. The gun: I would consider it. This was one of my low tier favorites, and I personally used it to grind all the way up to like tier 3. Before the tiers were separated into individual tiers. It is one of the only vehicles that you'll need up to like tier 3. Although changing out the gun for a more punching one, like down tiering a tier 3 gun, will make the vehicle much more effective. Keep in mind though, this will place you in a tier 2 server. Next up, we have the most tanky out of the 4 starter tanks, the Battle Pass 1. The Battle Pass 1, or the Panzer 1C, is another one of the 4 starter vehicles that you'll receive upon joining in Curse Tank. The thing that stands out the most is its armor, and we'll be starting with that. Now, its hull has an 80mm plate, which pretty much every gun you'll be facing in Tier 1 cannot really penetrate. There are a few exceptions in Tier 2. The turret is pretty well protected with about 80mm of armor all around. Its viewport on the hull is quite a large weak spot for fast-firing autocannons and machine guns, as it has nothing behind it and your crew is completely exposed behind it. A large drawback is that it only has 2 crew members, which makes it an easy one-shot. If either one of them dies, then your vehicle is considered eliminated. With armor out the way, next is firepower. The Battle Pass 1's real-life counterpart, the Panzer 1C, was armed with a machine gun. Now, this machine gun isn't available in the game, so I recommend using something like the Poop and Fart Cannon. Yes, it's called that, which will get the job done. The mobility is about the same as a Speedster, with a better traverse speed and one less acceleration. Now, with our brief review done, here are the pros. Excellent armor, decent mobility. The cons? 2 crew only, slow turret traverse speed, and exposed crew. Verdict? I would use it. The hull? I would also use it. Turret? Use it. Gun? Not applicable. Overall, the tank is a great choice if you want to have a chance at eating shots in tier 1. Alright, next up is probably one of the worst tanks in the tier in my opinion. The 10TB, it's another tank you'll receive for free upon joining the game. Really has nothing going for it. It has no armor anywhere, and every shot thrown at you is pretty much a guaranteed one shot. Its mobility also isn't great at all, with only 4 units of acceleration, top speed of 52 kilometers an hour, and a horrible atrocious reverse of 7 kilometers an hour. Pros? None. Cons? Abysmal armor, large profile, slow. Verdict? I would avoid using it. The hull? Avoid it. Turret? Avoid it. Gun? Not applicable, it's not in the game. Next up is the adorable little Italian rat that we all love and hate. This is another one of the free tanks that you receive upon joining the tank, and it's the last one, the L3. The L3 also has really nothing going for it besides that it is iconic to see this in tier 12 with like huge cannons strapped to it, bigger than the hull itself. Stat wise, it doesn't have no turret, it is very agile and acceleration wise, and boasts quite a good reload for the tier. It is also very hard to spot, and you can hide in some crevices with it because it's so tiny. Pros? Decent reload, fast acceleration, tiny. Cons? No turret, abysmal armor, 2 crew. Verdict? I would avoid it. Hull? Avoid it. Turret? Not applicable, doesn't have one. Gun? Not applicable, doesn't have one. If you are not a new player and you are someone who already plays the game, then it is consider it, just because you can have so much fun in this little thing. Next up, this is another tank. Well, if you can call it that. It has just about nothing going for it besides being one of the smallest vehicles along with the L3. And from that you can guess the TKS. The only little thing this rat has going for it is it's a 1.0 reload, and of course the occasional people bring it up to higher tiers for fun, just like the L3. The agility is just about the same as the L3, having a tiny bit slower acceleration, and there's not much to say about this thing. Pros? Good reload, good mobility, low profile. Cons? Turretless, abysmal armor. Verdict? Avoid it. Hull? Avoid it. Turret? Not applicable, doesn't have one. Gun? Not applicable, it's not in game. Next up, we have another contender for one of the worst tanks in the tier, and I'd say in the game, Bikini. This vehicle has absolutely no armor, it is obnoxiously loud, and is incredibly slow for its size. Everything about this vehicle just like makes you want to scream to use it. Pros? I would say it does have a good sight, 4x. Cons? Everything. Verdict? Avoid it. Hull? Avoid it. Turret? Avoid it. Gun? Not applicable, not in the game. The next 3 vehicles are some of the more unique to the tier, the first being the Kettenkrad. This is literally a bike. It has no armor, obviously. Crew is very exposed. It is armed with the American 12.7, your generic 50 caliber American machine gun. It will get the job done from the side, however frontally, you can only expect to penetrate the lightest of the armor and tier. Its gun sight is one of the worst in the game, having no zoom at all. It's probably better to aim in your binoculars with this. The Kettenkrad is very mobile given that it has no armor, so meaning it has no weight. Pros: great mobility. Cons: exposed crew, no armor, no neutral steering. Verdict: avoid it. Hull: avoid it. Turret: doesn't have one. Gun: avoid it. Next up on the list is another more unique vehicle for the tier, the Universal Carrier. This is a vehicle meant to fit the tank destroyer role. The main thing going for it is it's above average at 0.98 reload multiplier for the tier. And it has great zoom on its gun sights. This allows you to mount a larger gun, possibly from a higher tier, and it is perfect for down-tiering the tier 3 gun and tier 2. Tier 1 wise, it really doesn't have anything going for it, as you'll get the same results with any other turret or hull. Its paired gun is the 40mm QF2, which is a great gun for the tier. It has exposed crew and practically no armor. Turret cannot rotate all around. Its mobility is pretty bad. Pros: great reload, good gun sights, lots of crew, and great firepower. Cons: poor mobility, exposed crew, and of course this abysmal armor. Verdict: I would consider it. It is quite versatile and you could potentially bring it to tier 2 with a tier 3 gun. Hull: consider it. Turret: not applicable, it doesn't have. Gun: I would get it. This is going to be the last vehicle for today's video, and it comes from the tier 1 to 2 common crate, the FT. It looks more like a tractor than a tank. It is not a very good vehicle. It is incredibly slow, has just about nothing going for it besides being hard to obtain and that you can flex it. Your pros: you can flex it. Cons: everything. Verdict: definitely avoid trying to get it. Hull: avoid it. Turret: avoid it. Gun: not in game. With that, the last vehicle is wrapped up, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Share this with a friend if maybe that you were trying to get into the game maybe. And like, sub, and comment for tier 2. Hoping to make it to tier 12. I will continue this series depending how well this video does.